Well, here we go again. Watch I thought I wouldn't like, I got, and almost immediately became my favorite diver. Maybe a watch overall. Only slightly concerning that is a watch with 666 on the dial. Bulova is an interesting brand. Founded in 1875 in New York, known for blending innovative technology with modern designs. And on one hand, it is an incredible brand full of history. On the other hand, it is a brand producing some horrendous looking watches, rivaling those of Invicta. But on a third hand, they also produce some pretty damn cool retro issues. And we can consider ourselves pretty lucky that they have a full catalog of really cool historical watches. This is my second Bulova watch. Second retro issue. Second watch with a slightly controversial history, and it is a good thing. I'm not really sure whether it was marketing genius or a mistake, but the decision to put 666 on a dial of a watch released in 70s in US didn't go that well with a lot of controversial people, but it went super well with a lot of other people. And it pretty much immediately made a watch legend among these people. The Devil's Diver surpassed the diver's watch standard of the time, which was a fixed maximum of 600 feet. That extra 66 feet make all the difference. In 2018, Bulova brought the infamous Devil's Divers back. And in my opinion, it strikes the perfect balance between the playful nostalgia and serious diver's capabilities, offering something like a piece of history that is both functional and stylish. Its overall very bold design, with its unique depth rating on a dial, sets it apart in the crowded watch market. And the color options you got, or most of them at least, help it too. Probably the most notorious and the obvious choice for most, the almost radioactive orange, would be the pick for most, and I can't blame them, it looks awesome. But for me, you know me, I'm a sucker for green dials, and this green Devil Diver, it's a damn handsome piece of steel. And I gotta be honest, ever since I got it, I kinda don't want to wear anything else. And I don't mean just any other diver, I mean any other watch. Slightly concerning that is a watch with 666 on the dial. The original from 1972 retailed for $95. The new one on Bulova's website is close to 600 bucks. You would never pretty much pay the retail, you can find it cheaper, but still, it's not a cheap watch. And a lot of people would tell you that it is too much for a watch powered by 8000 series Mayota movement. Well, at least the newer models got the updated version with hacking, which is this one. And for me, overall, it's not an issue. The movement is reliable, very robust, runs reasonably well, I would say. My unit runs -7 seconds a day. I prefer if the watch runs faster than slower, but I'm not gonna cry about it either. And for some who doesn't have experience with this newer 8000 series movements, they feel pretty much the same like Seiko NH35. Winding it has a little bit more resistance, it's not as smooth, and the rest, like setting the date or time, feels pretty much exactly the same. Well, the watch arrives in familiar Bulova's box. You don't really get anything more than the watch and manual for 600 bucks, Bulova. But I guess the devil is in the details. Part of the reason I wanted the green one is the bracelet it comes on. This presidential style solid link and link bracelet that I'm kinda crazy about. For me it looks awesome. High polish outer links with brushed middle links perfectly integrates into the watch head. I mean, it's kinda unique, super comfy, but of course it's not perfect. And again, think about the price of the watch. The bracelet is held together with split pins. I prefer that than pin and collar systems, to be honest. I never had an issue with split pins. But for that price, it could have been screws. And then there is the pressed clasp. That is almost unanimously criticized in all the reviews, because it's pressed. And I don't agree. Yes, it is pressed clasp, but it's very, very well made pressed clasp. I would take that over cheap milled clasps any day of the week. Like, look at this one. This is a milled clasp from a watch costing $60. And it's sharp, it's not comfy, it doesn't feel as secured. This, on the other hand, like the security foldover, doesn't move a hinge. The click when you close the clasp is super solid. Yes, it's very basic, but a basic done well. After quite some time, it is a stock bracelet that I don't even consider changing. I wouldn't probably change it even if Devil himself asked me to. The green Devil is a big boy, 44mm in diameter, where the orange one is 41mm in diameter, more faithful to the original. However, they apply some sort of a Seiko's magic here. The luck to luck is only 46, hence it wears superb. It is 14.5mm thick, chunky. Yeah, you know, I like them thick sometimes. And 20mm lug width, where the orange one has 19mm lug width. Why? I don't know. I always say I don't like watches with entirely high polish cases, and I should probably stop saying that. It is my second Bulova watch, second retro issue, and second watch with entirely high polish case. And I absolutely love it. I don't know if it's the case shape itself, the combination of the rounded cushion case style with the very sharp edges, but it looks so damn good. Screw down case back with specs around and bit of a missed opportunity. I mean, come on guys, you're bringing back almost legendary, cult following worthy watch with arguably the coolest nickname in the watch history. And you leave the case back like this? Well, okay. One of the specs is almost always overlooked in the reviews, and that is the ISO certification. Yes, it is an ISO certified professional diver. It is a serious diving watch. The crown is perfect and I got nothing much to say about it. The grip is superb, operation is superb, size is superb, and it's beautifully signed. That's the way you do crowns. Perfection. The same can be said about the bezel. Perfect in function, the right amount of resistance, sounds good and spot on alignment. That's the way you do bezels. Perfection. It's one of those bezels that get it so right that it makes you question how so many others can get it so wrong. Bezel insert is, according to specifications, a non-anodized aluminum. It's glossy. I normally prefer matte aluminum inserts, but I can't deny, and probably because of the high polish case, it just works. And what is absolutely awesome looking in my opinion is the colors used. Almost entirely black with a 15-minute portion in the green, matching the dial. It is asymmetrical, it breaks the conventional look, and it's perfection. And we finally get to the dial. I don't know really how to describe the green I am looking at right now. It's almost like a deep ocean right before the storm. Dark, mysterious, and ready to make a statement. It's just not green. It's bold, metallic, emerald that shifts with the light. It's kind of like the watch is winking at you saying like, yeah, I'm one handsome devil. Bad joke. And there is this thing I have not seen on any other watch. The indices are these chunky lume-filled barrels. They are perfectly sized for divers or anyone who forgot their glasses at home. Or when you're trying to check the time during the midnight snack raid. They are outlined with this thin white circle connecting them together where you would expect the minute track. The minute track is on the inner circle. And it's all somehow connected together with this sniper rifle-like cross, connecting the indices at 12, 3, 6 and 9. Another elegant thing is a date window at 3, framed with a polished steel and a cyclop magnifier on the inner side of the crystal. I don't really mind it as much as other people do. I think it looks cool, it plays well with the retro nostalgia thing. The only criticism I would have is that it doesn't really magnify all that much. 1.1x magnification? The Bulova logo sits very proudly at 12, like a captain steering a ship. I really dig that one. A sharp, retro-inspired font that kinda says like, yeah, I've been around since 1875, and I'm still way cooler than your smartwatch. Understated but confident, like the watch itself. The official name is right beneath, Oceanographer. It's a damn cool name, shame that it's got even cooler nickname, because I would never say I'm wearing my Oceanographer. I'm always gonna say I'm wearing my devil. At 6 o'clock we have automatic, because it's an automatic. Then we have snorkel. Probably Bulova tried to be a bit more original than putting divers on the dial, but snorkel. It would be schnorchel in Czech. Well, I don't really mind it, it's a cool word. And then finally, 666 feet. It doesn't feel like there is too much, it doesn't clatter the dial. It's just enough for someone to lean in and ask, 666? Really? What's that about? And you would get to explain the cool history of the watch while pretending that you weren't waiting for that question all along. The hands are unapologetically bold and functional. The minute hand is a beefy button, outlined in white, perfect for timing dives or boiling the perfect egg. Our hand is slightly shorter and chubbier sibling, making sure that you never mix them up. And then there is the second hand. A slim, elegant needle with a lume pip close to the tip. With a lume pip close to the tip. With a lume pip close to the tip. God damn it, you know what I mean. I heard a lot of reviewers complaining that the handset is too short for a dial, but I don't agree. It's very obviously on purpose here, together with the barrel indices and the inner minute track. They work perfectly well. Plus the contrast is on point. The white handset against the very dark green. It's insanely legible. And it's insanely legible even in dark. The lume is bonkers. It almost feels like Bulova was curious how much lume can those barrels carry. And it turned out quite a bit. And Bulova's crystal department didn't disappoint either. Box Dome Sapphire with perfect retro flare, distortion, and a magnifier. The Oceanographer. No, that just doesn't sound right. The Devil's Diver might not blow you away with the specs on paper, if you're purely specs-driven person, especially the movement. Bulova is owned by Citizen. Citizen owns Mayota. And they could, goddamn, for that money, put a 9000 series movement in it. Don't tell me they couldn't. Look at my Fujitsubo. For almost the same price, the watch is superior in any way. Materials and movement. And it's got a cool history too. But this watch is so much more than the specs on paper. It's like a piece of history wrapped around your wrist. Time capsule from the 70s. You're not just buying a dive watch with this thing. You're buying into that cult following. A story that starts with that quirky 666 on the dial. For someone who values character nostalgia and a healthy dose of style, the Devil's Diver delivers something that money can't really measure. A personality. Shitload of personality. It's a devilishly good reminder of why we love watches in the first place. It's probably quite clear by now that I absolutely love this watch. I try to be objective, but I can't. And that is it, guys, for today. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. If you didn't like the video, I thank you for watching this far. And let me know what you think about the Devil's Diver. Till next time, my name is Karel and this is Watch. Cheers.